Right, I'm starting this on Thursday morning, April the 11th. So what happened was my trip to Bernier got cancelled due to the lake flooding. So I had to make a choice. And the only thing really available for me for the 10 nights I wanted to do was Lepine North. So here I am. It was murderous because somebody has come over from the South Bank and took the peg I wanted and booked, and he won't budge. Had an argument, waiting for the owner to come round. So I'm set up here now, so I'm not going to move. He's off on Saturday, so I think it's a bit selfish him coming over, because now over that side it's all clear, no one's fishing in all them swims and everyone's over here. And I'm just set up too big to worry about moving, as you can see. So I'm still in the process of getting it all organised. Like I said, I didn't get my rods out until about 2 in the morning. Just wanted something out, you know, to sleep on. So I've just been out in the boat. Dropped my camera. It's very silty, 3.5 metres deep. Very clear. And yeah, I've just baited it up with about 6-7 kilo. Just to the right of that orange buoy, that's my primer. It doesn't look big, but when you get out there in the boat, it's quite a large area. So I'm going to get all organised. Yeah, because I've still got to do some rods, cook some bait, and get really prepared. And then I'll update you when I sit down later for something to eat. Right, so it's now Thursday, 4 p.m. So it's taken me most of the day to finish up setting up, get all my base camp sorted out, put the final rods out, bait up my areas, set all the targets on the GPS on the boat, sort my bait out, cook more bait, do all my washing up from last night because it was havoc. Because like as I said, yesterday was a nightmare. I lost so much time in a dispute over someone coming over from the other side and taking up all the pegs. So I'll get over it. He's going Saturday, so he's only fishing tomorrow. Not fussed, and then I've got a bigger area to fish. So we're at Lepine North. 5-hour drive it took me from Calais, took me through Paris. So normally sometimes you can get in about 4 hours, 4:20. Took me 5 hours. It's a lovely 37-acre lake, split into two with buoys running through the middle, south side, north side. This will be now my third video on this lake. The other two have done really well. So if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. Because I've got another trip in June going to Old Oaks, which is a fantastic big fish water. So I'm just about to cook a nice spaghetti bolognese. Like I say, I really feel relaxed now. All my rods are on the money. So last night I had 2 runs last night, but by the time I got out my bivvy, it had stopped. So I would leave them in here. I wouldn't just go on any beep. I'll wait for a run. And then about an hour ago, I had a knock on my left rod. So how I'm fishing, bit of everything to be fair. I'll show you the rigs in more depth tomorrow, and I'll show you my bait approach tomorrow. I've got 4 different, what I've done, I've got about 30 metres spread in a line, right on the buoys, what separates the lake, which is the middle of the lake. Now they patrol up and down there because everyone fishes there, so they know the food's there. It's about 1 metre off the buoys, left hand rod, pellet and krill boilie with a krill wafter. Then 6 metres to the right of that, I've got maize and hemp with fake corn. and then the other 2 rods on the right, I've done a double wafter on pineapple Bunic, I think it's called Bunic. Butonic. Let's have a look, I've got it here. Butric. Pineapple Butric. I'm trying that, it's quite new out. Really good stinky bait. And then on the right, I've done the Manila wafter over a mixture of Manila boilies, mini pellets and ground up boilies. Little bit of soak in them, mix them all up, and that will tell me on all them 4 spots what I'm going to get a knock off. Because if I, which a lot of people do, they just put everything in one basket and then they fish all of them on everything, so you're not really knowing what they're liking more than the next bait. So I've realistically gone 4 different baits on 4 different approaches, and then whatever's successful I might change another rod onto that, so I've got 2 on the one what takes to run. Leave the other 2, see if I get anything off that. If not, then I will go over to all the rods on whatever's successful. Because if I feel if I do a bucket of bait with, say, boilies, pellet, maize, hemp, all mixed up into a so-called spod mix, that's fine. You might catch, you probably will catch on that. But it doesn't really tell you nothing. It doesn't tell you what they're favouring, you know, because these fish are going into the silt. It's 11 foot in that middle, 11.5 foot, and I confirmed it with the guy next door. I sent my sonar out, he sent his sonar out. I told him there was a shelf about a third way. We're fishing it around about 95 metres. I said there's a shelf at about 30, drops down, and then slowly from 8 foot goes to 11 foot. Very flat, no weed, very clayey silt type. It's quite stinky, and the fish get in there like for all sorts, bloodworm, whatever they're delving for. And then further back, even though you can't really see it on your sonar, but I know over the other side of the lake, because I experienced it, there's some quite sharp, rocky flint sort of stuff what cuts your line. So you just got to see how it goes for the first couple of days, and if you experience that, then deal with it. Apart from that, just fish normal, see what happens. And we've got the boat, obviously. If we get a fish, we can go out. If there's any, I don't think there is many snags. I think it's just the obstacle of that first shelf, what the material is when the line drops over that shelf. So we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm pretty confident. Like I say, I've had 2 runs and a knock. I'm now not even 24 hours in, because by the time I set up, I got here at 5 PM yesterday. By the time I've set up, and I'll show you the finished base camp in a minute, it was pretty much just get everything out of the van and weathered in. But what I also going to do on this vlog, it's got a few tips, you know, not so much for carp fishing, although one of them is, but the rest is how to make your life on the bank really comfortable. And there's loads of little tweaks I've done from the experience of sitting on the bank, like your experience, rats, koi poo, loads of vermin, birds. There's no ducks, swans, coots, anything in this lake to worry about. So I'm not going to go over anything how to deter them or get over it, but there's loads of little things which I call it tip of the day. I'm going to try and do one a day. I think I've got about, I don't know, 7 or 8 really good little tips, because when you come to France and you're on the bank like I am for 10 days at a time, then you experience, well, what can I do next time, you know, just to make things just that little bit. I'm OCD, so but make it comfortable. So the guy next door's fishing in, I'm in peg 8. 8? Yeah, peg 8. I wanted peg 7, but when he goes Saturday I can fish that, so I'm leaving it there. Got a guy coming Saturday in peg 9, so it's not over full, but him and his son next door haven't had anything all week, nothing. He's pretty disheartened. He said he won't come back, but I've tried to say to him, you're not doing nothing wrong, you're just unlucky. Guy next door's had two fish since yesterday, since moving over from the south side. He's had a 36 and a high 20. So yeah, that's the state of play at the moment. Weather's good, dry, not too hot, cloudy with sun, 15 degrees. So it's nice, it's all good. So I'll just show you the final base camp. I'll turn the camera around while I do this, if I can. No, I'm going to just do that. It was a little bit muddy, we've had some rain. And then I'll show you, you're allowed to park your vehicles right next to your swim, but this has been really muddy, but it's dried out now. Last night was a bit muddy. Nearest person fishing is there, and probably the same distance the other side, which is around the bush. So, state of play as it stands. First fish landed, 36-pound common, caught on a Manila 18mm wafter, topped with chopped down yellow on an IQ D-rig. Can't complain. First fish, first 24 hours. Lost one last night, and then also struck into definitely the sturgeon. The guy had it next door. Half hour later, my rod ripped off. Exactly the same. It's like pulling in a lorry. Right, it's now Sunday morning, 11:30. Update so far. Had a run last night, hooked it, played it for about 30 metres, because we are fishing to the main head of fish out on the buoys is 135 metres. Pretty tough. So when you hook a fish, you've got no choice now than to get in the boat, regardless what time. Be safe, get in the boat, because you're just losing them over that length. And like I said, there's a shelf snag on the way, and they tuck down. And then if the hook don't come out, they're going to snap the line. So 100% any fish now are going to be tackled in the boat, because now I've hooked 4 fish and only brought 1 in. So hence why I like to come early, because that's given me the opportunity to still do my full fishing week from today. You know that most people come on a Saturday, they set up and then they start fishing from this morning. And then what I've decided to do in the daytime, I bought a couple of rods in at about 35-40 metres. There's a slight little feature, only slight, and there are fish there, and I've just had a knock on one of the rods because the weather in the daytime is getting up. Yesterday 28 degrees, and got to make sure I put the sun cream on. So this is my preferred rig. IQD rig, size 4 curve. Nice big loop on a ring. And yeah, that's had 4 runs, so I know it's working. I've tried a German rig, I've tried a multi-rig, and I've tried a stiff hinge rig. I haven't had anything on those. They've all been on this, so why not stick to that? That's about it for this morning. See how it goes today. But most of the bites, get a few little knocks in the day. But the trouble this side is, they tend to run towards you. That side, they run away. So you're getting screaming runs on the south bank. And this side, you're virtually getting single beeps. Or a little knock of beeps, and then it stops. So what's going to happen is I've tweaked my inline leads, just crimped the swivel, so it's enough to hook pull and then releases onto a running rig. So no matter what way they go, you should, which I'll know on my next take, whether you're going to get that running beep, you know, the one toners, because at the moment. And the only trouble with the single beeping is you don't know whether it's I've had a pike, you don't know whether it is any other fish you don't want, whether it's a bream playing about, whether it's a pike, you know, so you're going to be in and out all the time on them singles. So I thought the best option would be the running lead approach. So yeah, once again we'll see. Just got myself a small one this morning. A little bit active. Coming in just short of £20. Right guysy, here we are on the lovely lake Lepine. I've just walked down because we've had a new arrival in the swim next to me, so I just want to see who they are and introduce you to them. Fuck me, we've got a couple of scousers. Calm down, calm down. All right mate, say hello to my son.
Hello mate, you okay?
Hello mate, you alright?
Didn't hear a fucking word of that. Mate, say hello in English.
Yes lad.
Sound.
Sound mate.
Sound. Couple of scousers, guy. Hey? Ain't got a Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, mate. Got a few wounds on this one. Fish number 3 in a 34 pound. See if he'll have it. There he goes. Let's see if we can get a decent one this time. Fish number 3, 34 pound. How'd you get on? I'm done.
No, absolutely no.
He had 3.
Yeah, I've just spoken with
He's
him.
over the moon, isn't he?
Well, then, do you want some pictures with him, mate?
No, I'll snapshot my videos.
Right, it's now Tuesday morning, around about 10:30, 11. 2 screaming takes last night. One earlier than normal, 11 o'clock. The other one about 2:30 in the morning. Absolute screamers, one-toners, but struck into it. Nothing on both. So, back to ask myself the question why. You know, I'm using sharp hooks. I'm going to up my lead sizes today. I'm going to go minimum 3 ounce, 3.5 ounce, and try one on a 4 to get that hook hold, and then drop the lead. Bait wise, I'm not concerned about. They're having most things, mainly the Manila wafter and Cell Essential wafter, which are a little bit larger than normal wafters. I think they're coming up about 20 mil, where most of the other wafters are about 18 mil. But even if I've done a snowman waft, they're having that. Most of the action, like I said, is at night, nothing in the day. Hoping for something today because the weather's been better. The weather's been more overcast. Slight breeze. Had rain most of the day yesterday, nothing really heavy or torrential, but catch report down this side of the lake is guy down in Peg 10 had one last night, and next door in Peg 9 they had one each. The two Scousers, Mark and Joe. Joe's first French fish coming at 27, and Mark had a PB of 36 pound common. We're just checking it was the same 36 common I had, but I didn't photograph the other side of the fish, which showed a bit of scarring on the fish, so it's hard to say whether it was the same fish, but a lot of action. The guy down in Peg 10's dad had a screamer last night, big fish on, took all the rods out, and yeah, state of play. I think we've got with today 4 days left. So yeah, not not worried about the approach or anything. It's just that these fish are hard to hook. It's as if like where they're on the gravel, there's a lot of, like I say, gravel and rocks out there. Where they're on that, looking for naturals, I suppose it's hardening their mouths. What a lot of people are saying. And your hooks, it's all right getting them, but you've got to get them in and hold. That's the hardest thing, because if you're late striking to really pull it, you'll lose it. And then once you do hook it, it's getting it in over that slight snag in front of me, because you're pulling the lead in. When you're pulling the rods and the lead in, some are coming in easy, not a problem. The leads are bashed to pieces, but every now and then you'll get them caught. So it's as if they're in I'm not saying big massive rocks, but I think there's a few out there, you know, along on the shelf. There's probably some like brick sized rocks where the lead's getting jammed in them, and maybe cutting the line, which has happened. So daytime, want to go out in the boat. I want a daytime fish, go out in the boat. I went out in the boat in the night, landed. But it's uncomfortable at night, you know. It's a bit eerie, safety in that. So we make that split decision. Do I try and land this now at a long range of 130 metres, or do I go in the boat? I mean, 135 metres, that's got to be all of 160 yards, I should think. My maths are right. It's a long way. So yeah, like I say, not concerned about it, just would like to land a few more, I suppose. But it's a nice time. Got some good people on the bank this week. We've had a laugh. We've had something to eat together, and you know, can't do enough for it. Each people are saying like anything from the shop, anything you want while I'm out. I took the other geezer down the shop, saving him taking his van and taking turns, and yeah, all mucking in, helping each other out. So let's see what happens. Right, so I just want to recap with fishing with people on the bank. So down in Peg 9, we've got two Scousers, Joe and Mark. Nice old boys. Forget what they say about Scousers being tight and all that lot. They're actually nice guys, you know. A bit new to the fishing scene, so I've helped them out a lot. They had a rowing boat. I said to him, mate, you've got to go out there on 140 yards in a rowing boat doing 6 rods. I said, come round my swim, I've got an electric outboard motor, fully charged battery, come and grab it. He come round, it's been round 5 times every day, out and out, battery charged a few times. All the lines been caught in the propeller. Not a problem. We're here to help each other, aren't we? That's what we're here for. Anyway, come up yesterday. Alright boy, got any rig tube? Yeah, no worries mate. How much you want? Enough to a couple of rods? Not a problem. Give him a couple of bits of rig tube. I walked down there yesterday. He said, what are you having for dinner tonight? He said, I'm going to do a spaghetti bolognese. It's one of them ready meals. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm doing a lovely chili con carne. But because I'm on the bank on my own, I normally cook for, you know, the portions. You can feed 3 easy. Come up. Chili con carne, bread, nachos, the works. Mate, he's fucking over the moon. So yeah, that's the way it's been good with your neighbours. So I've just walked down there, see how they're getting on. And the back of his van, he's got his big basket of chocolate. He said, do you want some? I said, what you got? It's got everything. And I saw it out the corner of my eye. I went, yeah, you got Star Bar. Star Bar's my favourite, same as my missus. I bought a big box for Christmas. He said, yeah, it's one of them Star Bar duos. I said, Star Bar duo? Never heard of it. He said, no, you get 2 bits in the packet. Oh, sweet, I'll have one of them. Fucking give me half. Half a Star Bar. Right, just struck into this 30. Seemed bigger. It's on a Krill Active 20mm with a yellow topper. Out in the boat for that. Bit of a nightmare, but it's worth it. Yeah, the Scouser had the next swim, Joe, really handy with a pair of scissors. What he's done, because he ain't been catching a lot of fish, he's trimmed up all his wildlife, all round his edge of his swim, as if it was his own garden. I took a little bit of inspiration from him. So I've been up this morning and I've trimmed all up. And then I thought, fuck it, I'll go one better. Got myself hanging baskets. Right, it's now Wednesday, 3 PM. Overcast weather. Last night was probably the best fishing on the lake, to be fair. I had 3 runs, pulled in 2, 35 and a 20. The other one was a big fish I lost, absolutely massive fish. The outboard motor battery was dead, so I couldn't go out. So I'm taking precautions now, making sure everything's charged up for the evening, because I'm not chancing it now. I'm going out because I'm losing too many fish if I don't go out in the boat over that distance. But I've changed everything now. I'm on a size 2 curved. It's actually a 4 Rich Monkey Apex curve shank, medium curve it says, but they come like a size 2 in most other hooks. So I'm using them, and that's on a basic hair, and I'm using Creel Active as a boilie and just turning it up with a bit of colour. Massive boilie, probably 22 mil, something like that, massive, but that's had the last 3 fish, so I'm not changing that. I'm putting 2 out on that, on the creel, straight over boilie. So what I've done, I think yesterday, I went out and just spread some tigers and some particle and maize over the whole area, and then when I drop the boat, I'll drop that basically over whatever my hook bait is. So I'm doing creel over creel boilie, manila over manila boilie, and fake corn over maize. And yeah, I can't knock the action. It's just that it just ain't happening bringing the fish in. And it guaranteed. Last night was 10:30. I think 10:30 at night, but from dark till it gets dark about 9:20. So as soon as you lay down, watch a film or something, from then until probably 6 in the morning, 100% you'll get action. You know your rod's going to go, because the fish will come onto that bait. It's just their bite times. There's theories about, you know, weather and everything, but I've only had 1 run in the day. That was yesterday at 10:30, Screamer. It's the only daytime run, all the rest of the night. So pretty much I leave the rods in the day. I've tried rebaiting them in the day, but it hasn't made no difference. I'd rather get them out fresh about anywhere between 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then just leave them till the next morning. And you should get a run on it. So yeah, it's a bit chilly at night. Daytime's nice if the sun's out. Hence why the battery's been low on the boat. The solar charger ain't really belting it up. It's charging everything else, but the leisure batteries, it ain't really belting it. You can go right down to the other blocks and leave them overnight on the charger, which I've done on one, and the other one I've left on the solar. So I've one for all my other utilities. So yeah, we're getting towards the end now. So today, I'm going to try and really relax tomorrow. Sit on the bank all day. Have some nice food tomorrow before I pack down on Friday, ready to go home Saturday. And then look forward to me other trip in June, which is to Old Oaks, exclusive lake, which I've been invited to do solo in the summer month, which is never really available. I've done it twice in the winter, had a 56 out there, so yeah, looking forward to that. By the time I get home and everything, I'll be buzzing to go again. So that will be my 3rd one this year. And this, like I said, if I didn't say, I think I did, I wasn't supposed to be here this week, neither were the other 2 scousers next to me. I was supposed to be on Bernier, which was flooded, all access to the lake was flooded, and they had a fish kill on their booking, so us and them next door Only really 2 days before we got here. I got here on the Wednesday, they got here on the Saturday. This bank I think has produced so far about 20 fish between 3 parties. A lot have been lost, and the other side are doing really well. They have a shorter distance, easier to get in, fewer snags. Like I said, I've got a few snags in front of me. They just get them halfway in, and then you just can't move them. So yeah, got to go out in the boat. I know I'll keep repeating myself. And get a motor on this lake, you'll struggle with oars. The distance is too long and the wind just takes you everywhere. So yeah, Lepine Lepine North we're on. Yeah, I'll never regret coming anywhere. It's an experience. If I ever do this side again, once again I would be more equipped for it. Know exactly what I would do. Like, it's probably one of my first sessions where I haven't banged on about the IQD rig. It hasn't really produced anything this side. What's produced more this side is just a basic long hair rig with big bait. Big hooks, big bait, for me. You know, the guys down there have tried spinners, ronnies, other sort of like, I've had nothing on the German rig. Nothing on a stiff hinge rig. I am trying a Ronnie rig tonight, so I'll let you know how that gets on. But the main 2 are on the now a basic air rig, big hook. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm just going to summarise my week at Lepine North. Landed 9 fish up to 36. 4 30s and 5 20s. Might have been the other way round, not sure. Did do a lot of videoing. So the footage I've put up is basically all I videoed, because the time on the bank was pretty much taken up. A lot of social aspects with the other fishermen. The whole north side was full. Sturgeon came out 3 times. I hooked it once, the 150-pound sturgeon. A couple of 40s, a 50 came out. But the only downside is the fishing range. You're fishing at 140 metres out to the centre of the lake, and then getting them fish in from 140 metres with sharp snags in front of you is quite difficult. You've got to go out in the boat. So I've got to be honest, I would have chosen the south side, but it was on a whim. It was only 2 days before I went there because Bernier got cancelled, and that was 100% my first choice after fishing both lakes. I would have chose Bernier, more challenging lake, lots of weeds, clear spots, more features, still big fish but more challenging. This is more of a stick your rod out to the designated area and wait. You know, you change your approach, but your approach really is just what bait and rigs you're going to use. So yeah, that's it. Next trip, June 22nd to Old Oaks, which has just had a new lake record of 82 pounds come out a couple of days ago. The fox, it's either the fox common or the long common. Last caught at 78 pound, then 80 pound, and now it's just reached 82 pound. I should think I'll be going after spawning, so if I'm lucky enough to hook that, it's going to be at a lower weight. So keep tuned and see how I get on.